Orlando weigh-in wrapped up. We got two great fights on the bill.
Yeah, it's two crackers. Even the reserve fight, Tapia versus Perez, is a great one. Great card tomorrow night. Very excited. Look at both those fights. Rodriguez Maloney, what a sensational fight. The undefeated Australian. He's here to win. It looks tremendous. And Rodriguez, well, we saw the last fight against Paul Butler. What a skillful operator. And Inoue in town. The winner will face Inoue, the monster. We saw what he can do. So that's the bantams and the cruiserweights tomorrow night. I mean, Masterplan Dorticos is a mouth-watering clash. The big boys at it, both a lot of power in there, and we'll see how Dorticos recovers. Don't mustn't forget this is Dorticos' return fight from the Garcia fight, which was, going to be up there with the fights of the year. So it's a big step for him to go straight back in against a guy like Masterplan. Sensational.
And after tomorrow's fight night, we'll have set up our first two semi-finals. Obviously, Tabiti versus question mark, and the other fight will be a unification bout.
And look, that's the game of the tournament. We know tomorrow night we will have those pairings set up. So there's no ifs, buts, or whats. We know exactly who the semi-finals are. We know it's Inoue versus the winner of Rodriguez Maloney, and Tabiti is going to be looking obviously at that Dorticos Masterplan fight. So some very, very interesting times tomorrow night.
And for fans viewing in the States, obviously it's on DAZN USA. Around the world, can you inform us?
Yes, on around the world, live, free on our website and our Facebook page, our YouTube page. Absolutely free, live in HD, and it looks spectacular. We'll have the whole card up there. Not worth missing a minute there.
And after this fight night, we'll be halfway through the quarterfinal stage. It's already caught the imagination a lot. It's obviously with Inoue in the first one.
Yeah, I mean, we had obviously the big kickoff in Japan, in Yokohama, that Inoue knockout, big talking point. With Relic proceeding. He'll be obviously looking at the Progress fight next weekend. Progress Flanagan from New Orleans. Last weekend, Russia. Two, not the best fights you'll ever see, but the toughest. But they were, the top level fights. But very, very tough, rugged fights. You see, at this level, best versus the best, no one's giving anyone anything. And, tomorrow night, I think we're going to see a couple of crackers.
Finally, after this, we've got three more fight nights of the quarterfinals left. Do you want to quickly run us through where we are and who'll be on the bills?
Yeah, well...
Sorry to test you.
Yeah, you're testing my memory here. Nice on a jet lag. We're off to New Orleans next week. We've obviously got Progress versus Flanagan. Which is our super lightweight quarterfinal. We've got Yigit versus Baranchik. Also a fight which is for the vacant IBF World Championship. Is our quarterfinal also at super lightweight. And then you've got the week after the big double header from Glasgow. I hear it's almost sold out up there. Going to be cracking the first time the World Boxing Super Series in Scotland. Apparently the craziest fans in the world. We'll see about that. But, looking forward to that. Josh Taylor versus Ryan Martin. Someone's O has to go. The Americans are talking up Ryan Martin. The Europeans are talking up Josh Taylor. It's almost a Ryder Cup feeling about it. But we all know what happened in the Ryder Cup. So I think Ryan Martin will put up a better defence than the Ryder Cup team did from the US. And then, obviously Ryan Burnett versus Nonita Donaire. An absolutely mouth-watering clash. Nonita Donaire's last chance at the big time, I would say. And Ryan Burnett, well, we've seen what he can do. Adam Booth, that skillful trainer in the corner, will no doubt have a master plan for him there. It's also a great fight. Then we go back to the US, to Chicago, for a massive final doubleheader at the cruiserweights. We got Myris Bridis, the semi-finals from last season. He was one round away from beating Usyk, and he takes on Noel Givor in a fight which is going to be extremely interesting because. Givor is a guy who's probably has his last chance. He's number 3 in the rankings. Number 1 in the rankings is Bridis. And then you've got, on the second half of that bill, you've got Blavatsky versus Vlasov, which is number 1 against the number 2 WBOs. You're talking about at the two fights, you've got everyone is in the top 3 of the world rankings. So again, best versus the best, Champions League of Boxing, World Boxing Super Series for the Muhammad Ali Trophy.